We're getting grim new video out of Italy where the number of dead as a result of the coronavirus has surpassed China's numbers. We told you this could happen, and indeed it did happen overnight. And what you're looking at here, it's dark, but those are military vehicles near Milan. Soldiers called in overnight to transport the bodies of the dead from Milan to other cities and provinces because local authorities have been overwhelmed. Funeral homes, cemeteries, there's no more room. Just over 3,400 deaths as of yesterday, a jump of more than 400 from the day before. And that, as I said, surpasses China's numbers of dead. Very poignant clip out of Italy. A generation has died. Renee Filipponi is tracking the developments in Italy and across Europe and as well the UK picture, and we'll get to that in just a second. But Renee, I mean, it is just stunning. I was reading some comments from the area of Bergamo, which has seen the greatest number of deaths, and funeral directors there, they're burying 600 people when they would normally do about 100. They've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, and we're also seeing some video coming out of some of the hospitals in that very hard-hit area. And what you see are stretchers with people on ventilators gasping for air. The situation is dire in the hospitals there. We are hearing from doctors on the ground who are saying, you know, the staff are very committed. They're working around the clock, 24 hours a day, coming in when it's not even their shift, but they just can't keep up. One of the men who heads up the ICU says the hospitals, they're at a breaking point. They are running out of equipment, gear, space, and most importantly, workers. And a big problem here in Italy specifically is that 8% of the positive COVID-19 cases are doctors, nurses, healthcare workers. In fact, more than a dozen doctors have died. Now, one of the ways they're trying to relieve some of that pressure is they're bringing in a cruise ship, one off the coast of Genoa. Next week, that will be opened up to patients as an attempt to sort of alleviate some of that stress on the hospitals there. Now, across Europe, there are a number of other things going on. We've heard from the French President Emmanuel Macron, who's saying, listen, this is just the beginning. People need to buckle down and be ready. In Germany, they have the military on standby to help. And Angela Merkel is also telling people, listen, abide by the rules we've set out, social distance, or starting Monday, there may be some mandatory curfews.
So the world is watching, and those pictures are indeed stunning, just heartbreaking. You're in London, of course, and they are dealing with a very serious situation too. I know closing schools as of today. What can we learn, or what can we take away from what's going on in the UK?
Well, they're watching what's going on in Italy, and they're trying to hoping that doesn't happen here. So they've sent letters out to 65,000 retired NHS doctors and nurses, getting them to come back in. They're sourcing gear. They're trying to get prepared for what could eventually happen here in just a short couple of weeks. We're also hearing today a very big historic moment, a historic thing that happens every day. The changing of the guard has been canceled now in front of Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle. And as I'm sure you probably heard as well, we had a statement from the Queen yesterday saying her and Philip are following the rules. They're now in Windsor Castle, and they're urging people in the UK to come together.
Renee, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. The UK dealing with this and trying to avoid an Italy scenario, as are other countries all around the world. Thank you, Renee Filipponi, out on the streets of London for us.